let's just get started, man.
All right.
You know, we met yesterday. It was a great thing, man. It was great to meet you because, you know, you're in the military and I have some military background. So tell us about you, man. Introduce yourself to my YouTube family. Yeah, people, this is Where's Chuck. I got my man right here. He's going to tell you all about himself.
Situation is this. I'm a U.S. Navy disabled war veteran. I served in Gulf War, Desert Storm, Desert Shield. I came back. I did some schooling. Things went on. I was a Wall Street analyst. I was doing well for myself. 5 university degrees, MBA, master's degree, finance, investment management. I can analyze, break down any stock, tell you what it's worth. However, it's about an 80 or 90 hour work week, and I started running into issues, physical and mental, from my time in the military, which ended up costing me my career. So with that being the case, I went ahead and filed for disability. I'm getting about 4 G's a month right now, and it got to the point in my life where it was like, you know, are you living your best life? Are you fulfilling your capabilities? Are you happy in life? So what that spurred me to do was to go out and start traveling all over the world, even more than I did when I was in the military. And what I came to the realization was this. These so-called third world countries, the propaganda you've been fed about what they are or what they not, they're feeding you complete nonsense. The reality is, I feel freer down here in Mexico than I do compared to living in the United States. And it's at a fraction of the cost. It's a better weather situation. The culture's better. There's no drama. I got the jab. I didn't get the jag. No civil unrest. None of this stuff. It's a better quality of life. And what I'm gonna do is, with a little bit of guidance, I'm gonna help people try to look at this and see what they can do to possibly put themselves in the same situation I am. Specifically, those veterans, those disabled veterans, because I'm telling you right now, guys, you can come down here and live like a king while you're breaking your neck trying to rub 2 nickels together, trying to make it, you know, ends meet. You don't need to live that way. You've been fed the lie that this is the best you can do, and you live in the land of the free and the home of the brave, when the reality is you live in the land of the sheep and the home of the slave is what you do. So all I'm saying to you is take a little to the time. You might want to get your notebook out, because I'm going to be dropping some stuff that is going to be beneficial.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's a good opening, and we're gonna just listen. That's a great subject, and I'm a supporter of what you have to say here, because I'm not in the military, but I'm a military officer's son.
Right.
I've been all over the world.
I know
the drill. But there's a lot of people who don't really understand the detailed technique of what you just said. Because sometimes they just say, hey, the United States is all of that. Find yourself a rough spot to be in and just get in there and deal with it. But listen, just for a minute before you go into detail, tell us some of the countries that you've been to.
I've traveled to over 30 different countries. Africa, Europe, Asia, Middle East, Caribbean.
Wow.
I've lived in Vietnam, Italy, England, Dominican Republic, Vietnam. I think I might be missing one, but so what I'm saying is I have a background of different parts around the world.
Right.
And what I'm telling you is it's a blueprint that you can take and use to your advantage in whatever specific geographic location that you think might be a good fit for you. Or you could be somebody like me, you know, I want to spend a few months here, a few months there to try to get a flavor and a feel for, you know, if this place would be it's a good vibe for you, you would enjoy it, or maybe somewhere else might be better. But what I can promise you is this: you can do much better than living in the United States. From an economic standpoint, from a quality of life standpoint, from a cultural standpoint, you have no idea how good you would have it when you leave. You have been sold a pack of lies by the federal government. that you can't do any better and the United States is the end all and be all. And I'm telling you right now, I was in communist Vietnam where people supposedly do not have any rights, and I felt more free there as an American spending US dollars than I did in the United States. They were so kind to me. When they saw me crossing the street, the cops would get out and stop the traffic just to let me come through.
Yes.
That's the type of respect that you got. Now, when's the last time something like that happened in the United States?
Yes.
Take that a step further. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the females.
Go ahead.
So, I was in Vietnam. It's American paradise over there. The average person's making, $300 a month, working 6 days a week, working 12 hours a day. These people break their neck. Just like these Mexicans over here.
Yes.
Anybody that's been here that knows these people are not lazy in any way, shape,
No,
or
they are
form.
not.
They're breaking their ass,
Yes, they are.
but they're not getting ahead.
That's correct.
Just like what's going on with you in the United States.
Correct.
So I was going out with some women, and of course they're trying to lock me up. They want that ring because they know I'm going to do better by them than any of the locals. So I said to this woman, beautiful woman, no kids, I'm 51. This girl was 27 years old. I'm not out of the ordinary. I'm not anything special. Me getting a 27-year-old woman at my age is status quo over there. Nothing special.
Okay.
And on top of that, you don't gotta worry about the indoctrination of feminism that has poisoned the United States.
Yes. Yes.
So, these women are fit, they're feminine. These women are 5'1", 5'2", and if they weigh 110 pounds, honest to God, they think they're fat.
Yes.
They think their society would label them as being fat, if you can believe that. Now, I'm not gonna say too much about that, but you see what's going on with the women in America, and you can compare and contrast.
That's right.
However, back to my point, I said to this woman, I said, I don't want you to pull any punches with me. I want you to tell me what would truly make you happy in a relationship. What would you need me to do as a man to be able to make you feel happy? This is gonna blow your mind. What this woman said to me was this: I only need you to be able to house me and to be able to feed me and any of our children for the rest of our life.
Understood.
I said, okay, what else do you need? She said, no, that's it. Now, to compare and contrast, what's the chances of you asking an American woman that question and her giving you that type of response? I'm gonna tell you right now, it's slim to none and slim left. So you got a group of women that are fit, that are feminine, that are on your program, and they have no problem taking care of their man. They have no problem cooking. They have no problem cleaning. They have no problem. She saw I needed my fingernails. She just come up and started cutting my fingernails. I didn't have to say a word. It's not anything that they're doing out of obligation or begrudgingly.
Right.
This is just how they're raised.
Right.
It's a completely different mentality, and the reality is that type of treatment is like what your grandfather had in the United States back in the 40s, back in the 50s.
Yes.
In this day and age, though the modern Western woman would shame this woman
Correct.
for acting this way.
Correct.
They don't care. They know how to treat a man, and they're all for it, and they got no issues. But that just gives you a little bit of insight in the differential in the cultures, the mentality, and how feminism has destroyed Western world.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you brought that up. We're here on the Where's Chuck channel. You know, it's a travel channel, but it's a man's channel. It's a man of the world's channel. And that subject matter is a big deal if it's not number one. because the treatment of a grown man who's checked off all the boxes in this life should have a certain, in my opinion, have a certain treatment for him to be here. And when you asked that question to that woman and she gave you two answers, I heard the first answer. That second answer, I said, wow, what's that second answer? The second answer was basic.
Oh yeah, if you can, these people struggle from the time they're like this. So what a Western woman would take for granted and wouldn't even think twice, and they would say, okay, that's the base, what else are you bringing to the table?
Right.
For this specific type of woman, just meeting her daily needs, she's elated.
Yeah.
She's happy to know, because whether you know it or not, most places in the world, they don't have a social security program.
Correct.
There is no retirement program to fall back on. So what ends up happening is the parents rely on the children financially.
It's more money coming
when they get old.
Okay.
And they know that with a Westerner who's gonna have a great check, even if you just got Social Security,
yes,
that's a great check.
Yes, it is.
Compared to what they're used to.
Yes, it is.
You gotta realize $1,500 over there. The average person's making $400 a month.
Correct.
You're 4 times as rich as the average person.
Yes.
That's just on a low Social Security check.
Yeah, not your disability where you come in.
Oh no! I'm coming in at 4 G's. I'm coming in 10 times stronger.
Yes.
So to put that in perspective, let's say that the average American is making 60 G's a year.
Right.
60 G's a year.
Right.
To take and balance that across, that's the equivalent. My 4 G's a month overseas is the equivalent of me making $600,000 a year here. Now,
correct.
how well could you live in the United States on $600,000?
Yeah.
That gives you an idea what type of lifestyle you would be entitled to, and you could be able to participate in overseas.
Sounds good. Now listen, it's very interesting, just quickly as we go over this, is how we've been indoctrinated in the States and what you just broke down. Soon as we come out of the United States, and certainly depends on where you go, but like you say, the countries that you mentioned, and here where we are conducting this interview, right here in Mexico, few hours away from the United States, those numbers and that culture and those issues come right into play.
No doubt.
Because there's some people here, and we talked the other day, some of the people don't have a lot. I know some friends around the corner right here. Yes, they have a nail shop at the bottom, but up top, they don't even have a completed roof on the top of their house. But let me tell you, and you'll be able to elaborate, how happy are they?
This is going to give you an idea of how perverted and warped Western society has evolved to, not only in North America, but this pretty much applies to Europe as well. You have been indoctrinated to believe that you must keep up with the Joneses, and that the person who has the most material possessions at the end is the winner. You've been lied to.
Wow.
And the way that it works is people are on a hamster wheel in the United States, constantly going around trying to make that extra dollar so he can get this extra nice thing. And I got news for you. People don't give a damn what you own or don't own. They either respect you as a man or a woman, or they don't. It has zero to do with your material possessions. However, the United States has lost their way. To put that in perspective, these countries I've been to, many are some of the most poverty-stricken places on the face of this earth. And I'm going to tell you right now, with these people, it's not about material possessions. What they're all about is family, building strong relationships, friendships. They don't work anywhere near as hard. They're all about living the Dolce Vita, the sweet life. They want to enjoy themselves. They work to have to get by, but their life's much more than work. For example, When you meet somebody from the first time in the United States, one of the first questions they're going to ask you is, what do you do for a living?
Right.
And from that point on, depending on how you answer that, they're already judging you in the back of your mind. First and foremost, they're judging you based on what your socioeconomic position is within the United States, or perceived position. You come down here, you talk to people, you could be talking for an hour. It never even comes up what type of occupation you have, because it's irrelevant. What they're more concerned about is who you are as a person. Do you have integrity? Are you a stand-up guy? Do you keep your word? Are you honorable? This is what matters, not how much money you make. And to cement that home even further, I know a couple guys that they have their own business, little taco stands down here. And when it's time for them to close, they're closing. They don't care if there's 10 people waiting for tacos. I put my time in for the day. Now it's time for me to join my family and friends. The average person in the United States, they would have kept that taco stand open and they would have ran all those people through.
That's right.
The differential is this. The people that didn't get served, they're not even mad in the slightest bit, because they understand the mentality and the culture. And that mindset, that mind frame, is the difference between the warped West and the rest of the world.
Got you. Yes, well said. And what a difference in concept right there, because I saw the same thing. And it is refreshing to be in a place that you're not judged right off the top with your first 3 questions.
No doubt.
Come to hate that.
Yeah.
I got some people right now, strictly from a judgmental point of view, they were like, yeah, Charles, you're retiring. But hey, you was a bartender. You was a part-time bartender in clubs all over the country for years. What kind of retirement is that? It's a good enough retirement for me to be here, Dulce Vida, right here in Mexico,
Absolutely.
chilling in the Mexican Riviera.
See, the whole thing is this. What makes this lifestyle so appealing is you don't need to be a big baller to be down here. I'm telling you right now, just an average Social Security check,
yes,
you're doing 3 or 4 times better than the average person down here. Yes. Now, if you're doing 3 or 4 times better than the average person and you can't make it down here, you got a problem.
That's correct. Okay, I got you. Because really, I'm working with the retirement check and a little bit more, but I'm feeling strong as an ox. And I got to tell you, I was in Vegas coming out of there. My rent would eat up those numbers quickly. But here, you know, on the verge of a full life, resurrecting a full life. So share with us just a few more things. Where you from?
I'm from New York. I love it there. I think it's one of the greatest cities in the world. The problem is the cost of living is outrageous. For what I'm paying down here, just to put this in perspective, I can get 3 full months worth of expenses down here for what just 1 month rent. I'm not talking food, I'm not talking utilities, I'm talking 1 month rent. I can live down here for 3 months.
And see right there, that's a point. That's just amazing. That's just amazing. What are we doing in the States?
And the thing is, it all comes down to the fact people have been indoctrinated to believe this bullshit. The other thing is I want to touch on is from an economic base as well, is the fact that today, especially in America, due to that keeping up with the Joneses mentality, there's a new way the government keeps you in slavery. They might not physically put people in chains anymore. However, you're a debt slave. They own you. If you have a car note, if you have a mortgage payment, if you have credit card debt, you're going to work. You aren't working for yourself. You're working for whoever you own that debt to. So the beauty of this, I learned I got no debt. that I know debt chains on me. I'm my own man. I answer to myself and nobody else. And down here, it is very easy to live that type of lifestyle. Very easy. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not blowing sunshine up your ass. I'm keeping it real. Everything I'm saying to you is based on personal experience. And don't take my word for it. What you need to do is go out and do your own research. Always do your own research. But the more you do, you're gonna see none of the things I'm telling you are lies. You could have this exact lifestyle. You just gotta take the proper steps in order to make that happen.
That's right.
That's it. It's not impossible. It's not some pipe dream. It's never gonna come true. There's average Joes down here all over the place, but they had the epiphany. They did the research to where, you know, I think I can do better than this. I think I can have and another, I'm not gonna put out any names or anything, but another blogger says, live where you get treated best.
Oh, that's my man.
That's
right.
I'm not gonna say no names.
Yes.
However, if you're not on a track to try to live your best life, you are cheating yourself. That's what it comes down to. And you got more opportunity in front of you than I guarantee you ever even thought was possible. You just gotta take a little bit of time, a little bit of research, and I'm telling you right now, there's tons of people that would help you, and I'm gonna explain that to you as well.
Take your time, do that.
All of these, there's many Facebook groups that are like, there's a Facebook group right here in Mexico. Americans with the DD-214 living in Mexico. If people don't know, the DD-214 is your military discharge paper.
Correct.
There's a whole group designed to that. So if you're a vet, you go into that group and you join it, and these people will help you. They might have property they can rent you. They might know somebody, and the mentality is so different as an expat, because what you're looking to do or where you're at right now, maybe starting this journey to do a little bit of research. Every one of these people that are here now were at that spot, and it's a very friendly community. And the mentality is we pay it forward. So somebody helped them get to where they're at. They're turning around and they're helping somebody else try to make their dream come true, just like somebody else made their dream come true. And they got expat groups faced for every country. You just go on Dominican Republic. Expats that live in Dominican Republic, you join the group and you're automatically plugged into a community with people that are going to be able to understand you in a way that most people won't, or will be able to help you in a way that people don't have the capability to help you.
So the encouragement and the research and the wherewithal is there for those veterans.
It's there, but you gotta take the initiative to reach out. No one's gonna just give it to you. But if you stick yourself out there, you're gonna find plenty of people that are gonna help you. And the reason for that is a couple, but number one, you know, as an American, you gotta bond with these people. You know, you're living in a country where there's few Americans. You see an American on the street, you're gonna be friendly just because someone can speak the same language as you can speak, or they can understand your journey where you're coming from because they took that same journey themselves. So it's a much more friendly climate and environment than what you would ever encounter with Americans back in the United States, because you got a similar bond holding you together.
Got you. And that's how we were when we met. You know, it took us a few minutes. But we realized, hey, I was from Vegas, you was from New York, but you knew your way around the world. You had the military connection, so you know we hooked up there. Yeah, it was my pleasure to meet you, and it's my pleasure to really hear you reach out to your veterans right now, giving them some encouragement and some insight to what they can do. They're not really bound to the states like that.
And to take that a step further, as a disabled veteran, believe me, I know how the system is rigged against us. The system is rigged. They don't want to give people the proper disability. It's pulling teeth.
Yes.
You know, and if you don't cross every T and dot every I, they will reject you on that claim.
Yes.
I got a connection in the Dominican Republic that's making stuff happen for people. The way that it usually works is you have to go through the VA system and you have to get a CNP exam in order to get for them to fill the appropriate paperwork out when you put it in for disability.
Right.
The problem is the system is rigged. These people that do the exams, they don't look out for your best interest. I can't prove it, but I'm telling you, from my perspective, they are rigged to not give veterans the disability that they need.
Yes.
This outfit down in the Dominican Republic, they actually do those CNP exams down there. The differential is they're not under the umbrella of the VA. So you can get an objective point of view from a health perspective, which is something you're never going to get at the VA, to help you in your fight with your claim status.
Very interesting.
These two individuals, they are two U.S. veterans.
Yes.
One that was Dominican, one that was American, that were married and moved down there, and they set this whole system out. Now, if that isn't good enough, this is the cherry on top. It will not cost you a dime for any of their medical services down there. Not a dime. And the reason why, you have to sign up through what's called FMP, the Foreign Medical Program. And once you're signed up for that, you can go down and get treatment. And what you do is sign the paperwork that you got that treatment, and they send that paperwork to the VA, and they get reimbursed for it. It's not $1 out of pocket expense. You don't even have to wait to be reimbursed. So what I'm telling you guys is there are opportunities out there. I know, you know, they're hoping, you know, they just keep stonewalling you and that you just give up the fight and then they don't have to pay you. That's what they're counting on. That's the government you're dealing with. But I'm telling you right now, there are opportunities to be had. And I would have no problem sharing that contact information if somebody would be interested in that. But what I'm telling you is this. What you know is your life. You're living a fraction of what you could be right now.
That's so big
and
right
that's
now.
And that's the fact, man. You come down here, you see what life's like down here. Leisurely attitude, everyone's laid back, everyone's got a smile on your face. Those strangers are saying hola, you know, hi, what's going on? Dude, you don't see that in the United States, man.
That's right.
And they like having you here because they respect the fact that you're interjecting funds into the economy.
That's right.
So everyone's benefiting from that. It's not a jealousy standpoint. They're happy to have you here. And that differential, to me, it makes all the difference in the world. It's night and day.
Oh, that's cool. Well, listen, you made a big point. Your disabled veterans, they're going to see this and they're going to move it on. If it's okay, we're going to put some contact information.
Yeah, I can do that, no problem.
At the bottom of the description here. So if they want to get in contact with you, if it's all right with you.
Yeah, no doubt.
We'll move it in there. Hey, you want to say anything else? Because, you know, I want to join you. I'm going to join you over here in the chair and just close this out. Because your information is going towards disabled veterans and veterans.
Mostly, yes.
My information is going to, as an Air Force military son that has moved all over the United States and made all kind of friends, my message is going to my friends who I have met who weren't necessarily in the military, but have the same opportunity if they can look this over.
Like I said, you just need an average Social Security check and you can have all of this. All of this. It's not just for military vets. It's for everybody that's willing to have a dream and to make something more of their life than what they currently have. And is tired of being in the rat race. Is tired of the drinking the Kool-Aid and the propaganda that the government feeds.
Well, good. Go ahead and finish out and let the people know who you're speaking to, who you are, and then I'm going to say a few words to my friends also.
All right. What I can say is this: veteran, not veteran, disabled, not disabled. You have a better life ahead of you than what you ever could imagine. Once you break out of that matrix and you stop believing all of the lies. When you're willing to take that step, and the thing is this, once you break out, once you see it with your own eyes, that's all you're gonna need. Because at that point, you're gonna know how badly you've been lied to for your entire life, saying that this is the greatest place and the best country in the world. That's it, that's all I gotta say.
Thanks, John, and I appreciate that. Great message today. Great message, and it resonated so much with what my channel is about, where's Chuck, and the target market that I'm trying to connect to. Yours is veterans, and I work at the VA, by the way. I want to co-sign exactly what you're saying, right? On that railroad situation, how people trying to get their disability.
Oh no, they're jerking.
Oh, I see. I saw
all
it.
the time.
So I have to co-sign it. But right here, friends, I want to let you also know that even if you're not in the military, even if you're a part of the friends that I have made all over the world, and all, especially the United States, I moved to 15 countries. You know, that's the military son in me. You know, so I moved around and I met a lot of people. Now, you saw that I retired, and now you see that I'm here in the Mexican Riviera. You got to start figuring out the same thing that John has said. You look over that horizon, and the bill of goods that you've been sold, there could be a life out there for you much easier, debt-free or minimizing the debt, and live your best life. So we both want to encourage you.
Don't cheat yourself. Don't think it's not possible. I'm living proof, he's living proof.
There you go. And so today we just wanted to get together and let you know this message is for you to take a minute and look at the description down here. We're going to throw some links down there. It is Facebook groups, expat-based groups, military, Facebook groups, all kind of groups that's already set for you. Okay, so hey, we appreciate the time you take with us. We want you to take this message seriously. Hey, me and John are going to kick back, man, and drink one, man, try to get out of this sun, but it's beautiful. John, is it beautiful down here today?
I'm telling you right now, this beats the hell out of the snow up in the north all day, every day.
Woo-hoo! I
No
saw
doubt.
it on the news, couldn't believe it, right? I couldn't believe it. So hey, you know, if it's cold where you are right now, hey, just take heed of what we're saying. And it could be paradise, it could be warm out there wherever you are. All you gotta do is take a trip. Hey, come and visit us. Come and visit us. And take a trip for a weekend or 4 days, come on down, so you can see for yourself. So hey, we encourage you. And this is my man John.
To take that last comment, to take that a step further, I'm 100% confident that even if you think this doesn't apply to you, check it out anyway. But even if you feel it doesn't, I guarantee you know somebody, somewhere, some way, somehow, that this information could benefit. Don't be afraid, you know, to click the channel, to subscribe, to pass this information. I think you can share the link to give people an opportunity that maybe haven't heard this message, a chance to give them a new lease on life. All you take you 2 seconds to click that button. That's all it takes.
Yes, Where's Chuck is this channel, but we're going to put the description down so you can get in touch with John. I want to say the same thing. You may not have known exactly where I was going with this channel, but now you do. I didn't even know John was going to come with this line of conversation. It is perfect for the channel because I have to encourage you to take a minute to take your next step and come on out and just peek over that horizon. You might see it's beautiful over there. So we thank you, and we'll get back to you next time, man. John, thank you for your time.
I wish you the
Cool
best,
dude,
bro.
man. Thank
Wish
you
the
so much
best.
for your time, man. Appreciate it.